Brian, thanks you for coming on today, bro. Like, I
Yeah, you
appreciate you
bet,
for
Adam. Thank you for having me.
yeah, like you have to beat some traffic to like get home.
Beat a lot of traffic. Too much.
Yeah, yeah. Where are you at in LA?
I'm in Nashville, so I'm north of Nashville, about 25, 30 minutes.
Oh, nice, nice,
Yeah.
nice. Well, dude, you're like the jack of all trades of in the music business. Like it's like you've done it all, right? Like it's
Ah,
crazy. Like
I would say, you know, that's probably not uncommon. I think people who have been in the industry for a long time, by default, have to wear a lot of hats sometimes. But
yeah,
I've always been kind of I've been a curious person, so I love learning new things. So I love every instrument, and I love production, and so yeah,
yeah.
dabbled in
So
anything.
like, well, like yeah, you're a singer, songwriter, producer. You know, you play like all the instruments. Like, so like my first question for you today, my friend, like, so like, how did you get involved, in music?
Well, I tell you, that started really young. So my dad was a drummer in the '60s for a band that did, I mean, they did really well regionally, and had some success. My dad had a hit song in 1966. So, my brother and sister are musical. They can play instruments and sing beautifully. And um, so, yeah, so I'm quite a bit younger than them. So just kind
Yeah.
of watching the family and everything. But by about 3, 4 years old, I was starting to try to put together my own drum sets out of like Lincoln
Nice.
Log, out of toys, turning stuff over. And
Yeah.
so, and that led to guitar at about 7, 8, 9 years old, and got really into that. And every time I was near a piano or a keyboard, I was trying to do that. So, just fascinated by it. And we weren't wealthy people. So, you know, early teen trying to record things. My dad had some gear. He had some reel to reels. And so we'd set up little home studios in the basement and put a couple multi tracks together. And so, yeah, for as long as I can
Yeah.
remember, it was kind of like I just knew that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah. Nothing else.
I was there's other passions I had. We had a boat pretty early on, so I loved to
Yeah.
water ski.
Yeah.
And by the time wakeboarding came out, I was, we didn't have a boat anymore, and I wasn't going to lakes, so I kind of missed the whole wakeboarding thing. But I loved water skiing. I love martial arts, and but yeah, I mean, yeah, music was kind of the passion. It just overrode everything else, and probably saved me,
Yeah.
from a lot of things.
Yeah.
So
Oh, 100%. Like music saves lives. It just doesn't matter like what it is, man. It's always going to be there. It's like music's like your best friend,
always,
right?
always,
Yeah. Yeah. So like pretty much it's like it speak to you, right? Like it's like, Brian, this is for you. Like this is your journey to become like a famous musician and stuff like that. Like it's
well,
crazy.
I don't know about famous, but I tell you, I like to be a musician nonetheless. Honestly, if I'm you know telling you what I believe, I feel like it's a gift, and
Yeah.
I feel like we're all given gifts, for whatever you believe. But I strongly believe in God, and I think we're given gifts, and then it's up to us to develop those gifts, those natural abilities that we're given. And I think some people realize that sooner than others. Some people realize it when they're a kid, and some people don't realize it till they're an adult. But I think it's a disservice if you kind of figure out you have a gift and then you don't use it. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
I think we're given those
And
things for a reason, and Yeah. That's it in
Yeah.
a nutshell.
Well, to go back to what you were saying about the drum kit, man. Like I used to when I was younger, I used to air guitar with the fly swatter.
Oh yeah. Oh man, come on.
I have no shame in that, dude. Like every time when my dad would play like Alice Cooper and Kiss and like
Yeah, yeah.
Poison when I was like young, I was like always rocking out to them. That was like my love to rock and roll when I was young, man. Like Kiss, Alice Cooper, especially like the '80s stuff. Even though I was born in '85,
Were you really?
Poison, yeah, yeah. So I always told my dad, like, man, I wish I was born like in the late '70s so I can go and see Metallica in their prime.
Hey, I'm a musician and I loved air guitar. And the
Yeah,
crazy thing is I would just be like air guitaring and then I'd realize I was actually playing the chords. You know. I wasn't trying to, it just by default, you know. But
yeah,
oh yeah, you gotta feel music. That's the whole point. You feel it.
yeah, yeah,
You know?
exactly right. So, well, like, who are your like idols like growing up?
Oh boy. So many. Too many to count. You know, it's funny when I was really, really young,
Yeah,
we had a vinyl record of Andre Segovia. He was a
okay,
flamenco guitar player.
yeah,
And then it's like I went through phases. You know, my parents listened to things like the Bee Gees and I got to hand it to them. My parents really had a wide range of music. We had
yeah,
albums from everyone, Commodores to you name it. I mean, rock, blues, adult contemporary, what would have been pop in that day, 60s stuff, 50s stuff. So they listen to everything. And so, yeah, early on, it was probably that, even some like the Ventures and things. But pretty quickly, as I was starting to near being a teen, probably 9, 10 years old, it kind of pretty quickly went into rock.
yeah,
I tried different things, and then, man, once you heard like Boston, even Eagles into Boston and Alice Cooper, of course, and of course there was Kiss and ELO, Styx, things like that. Man, it was game over for me. It was like, oh, I like what they're doing. Then Van Halen, right before you were born, a couple
changes
of years,
everything.
changed a whole lot. And then out of Van Halen, you get all sorts of groups. So yeah,
Yeah,
rock I would say is my primary, but I love a lot of things. I really do.
yeah. I'm pretty much the same thing too, but like, I grew up on like the hard rock metal side
Yeah.
of things. But like I'm a big thrash guy. As you can see, I'm wearing the Testament t-shirt.
Yeah, I
Um,
see it.
I saw them a few months ago, and fuck, they were amazing, man. And
Oh yeah.
yeah, I grew up just like listening to thrash, man. Like Metallica was big for me when I was 16 years old. I
Yep.
remember Justice for All was like the first Metallica album that my dad
Yeah.
bought me for my 16th birthday, and it got me hooked. And then I went back to listen to all the other stuff, but like Anthrax, Testament, obviously like Slayer as well. But like
How about Exodus?
Exodus, yeah, very underrated in my opinion.
I've got a good buddy, Jack Gibson, plays bass for them, and they're fantastic. They're phenomenal.
Yeah. And Gary, I think Gary Holt just doesn't get recognized for his guitar playing that much, man.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
he should, which people maybe didn't know that like Kirk Hammett was like the founding member of Exodus. It's kind of wild, right?
Though all of those, a lot of those players, there's a lot of crossover. When you
Yeah,
go back through their history, but the same thing could be said for all of the, Journey, Styx, all those players that came out of the Bay Area and surrounding
yeah,
areas, more, kind of Northern California. Same thing. I mean, so many people and how they were connected. Um, Tesla, members of Tesla and Eric Martin and Winger, and like a lot of members came from areas, from pockets. So,
yeah. Yeah, well, especially like Winger as well. Like, I think he played on one Alice Cooper album or something like that, or a few songs. I can't remember, but like I know he toured with Alice or something like
Kip,
that in the 2000s.
yeah, Kip toured with Alice for a long time. Paul Taylor
Yeah,
toured with Alice for a long time. I want to say maybe Reb did too. I can't remember, but I feel like I'm trying to think when Kip met Reb. I believe it was in New York, and he may have played with Alice too. And I don't remember exactly, but yeah, yeah, these
yeah,
circles are just unbelievable.
yeah. It's crazy. Even like I didn't know that the original singer for Exodus sang was like I think he was the original singer for Testament.
Huh? I don't
I
know.
think from what I saw on Wikipedia or something like that. For like
Really
I think for like yeah, this is before they were like really really big or
interesting.
whatever it is like that. Yeah,
Why?
yeah.
Why would it
I
not
think
surprise me? You
I
know?
don't know because like I always like read like look into stuff like just randomly even if I can't sleep I'll just type in a band and like go through the Wikipedia and stuff like that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
how I found out. That's how I found out about Kirk Hammett was played in Exodus and stuff like that,
Crazy.
which is like yeah crazy for me, man. But like, have you met any of your idols?
so, so many, and
Yeah,
the
you have a
crazy
favorite?
thing is, and I'm so blessed because yeah, it's amazing. When I was a teen, um, there were so many people I respected and
Yeah,
who do this, and I have been just unbelievably lucky, I guess, to be able to call many people that I really respected, looked up to, call them friends now, and
yeah,
have been able to play with them.
yeah,
Um, my dear friend Troy Laketta, drummer for Tesla. Paul Taylor is just an incredible good friend of mine for many, many years. And, obviously we did the Mick Mars record together. There's so many I can't even name. And I tell you what, there's some great people in this industry. I mean, there's some not so great, but I would say the vast majority of anybody that's had any success, they're pretty
yeah,
solid individuals. And yeah, I, I consider myself incredibly lucky that, those are kind of the peer group that I have, and they do amazing things. And it's kind of mind blowing. You
yeah,
come home, you were just with them, and you come home and you're like, ah, that's my buddy. And then you come home and you
yeah,
go, oh my gosh, man, that's the guy that made me want to play this song. Or I listened to that record, 5,000 times, and was watching the stage moves to see if I could do it, or just stuff like that. And it kind of blows your mind thinking about it later. When you're with them, they're just people, and they're just great people, and you have a great time with them. But
yeah,
yeah, so yeah, to answer your question, the short answer is yeah, 100%, and many. Like I've lost count of all the people that I've either met or become friends with or worked with in some way that I just
yeah,
respected and thought the world of when I was younger. And it's a crazy thing, crazy thing.
yeah. It is, yeah. It's the same thing with me on here when I'm chatting to guests, either they're like in the filming side of things, in the music industry or whatnot. You get to know you get to know these people and you like connect with them, you bond with them, and at the end of the day, like these become your friends. And then and I'm so lucky to have chatted um people on here that are my friends now. I had
Right.
Peyton from Hyrax
Yeah,
on my
yeah.
podcast, and that dude, that guy is like a encyclopedia of metal. Like he knows his shit. It's crazy.
I
He was
never
like
was
telling me,
that good at that. You know what I mean? I listened so much, and maybe because I wasn't able to go out and buy the records like and own as many records as I wanted to, so I didn't have the liner notes. But
yeah,
and I was so busy playing, and it's funny. I feel so embarrassed sometimes because I got to play catch up and then, kind of get
yeah,
the backstory because I don't but
Yeah.
yeah. But I've got some
Um.
friends, man. They can tell you everything about everybody, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
They just retain all that information,
It's crazy. I didn't think I could ever do that though. Like I pull out to like rewatch the episode. I'm like, oh yeah, this is what he said. Like,
Right.
yeah, yeah. But like hearing his stories, like from in the '80s and watching Metallica before they blew up, and watching them playing in small clubs with Cliff Burton was still around, and going on tour with like Testament, or when Legacy was before Testament, and like being friends with the guys with Exodus, and just hearing like all that, like you try not to fanboy out with these things, and I'm like I try not to do my best not to do that, but then
Sure.
I'm just like, damn man. But then once I finish that record, after we finish and we go our separate ways, I'm like, holy fuck, that was awesome.
Yeah.
And I
Hey,
got to tell my friends all this.
I mean, when you love music and then when you spend so much time listening to it and you really get an appreciation for the talent behind it, and then you get some kind of relationship with those people, it's pretty special, and
Yeah.
it's a beautiful thing, you know.
Yeah, it is. And I've learned from going from to many meet and greets over the years. Like I learned not to fanboy out with these things. Like, yeah, I pay good money to meet them, but then like I just respect them as normal people, but they just have like a better job than I do. Like,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
yeah.
Sometimes
I
it's not a
remember.
better job, I mean,
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I remember going to a Rob Zombie meet and greet a few years ago, and I was outside the venue waiting to get in for the meet and greet, and Korn was opening up for them, and
yeah.
Fieldy walked past, and I'm like, "What's up, dude?" And you wave, and he's fucking two chicks start running up. Oh my god, Fieldy! I'm like, sorry, bro. I didn't mean to. Like
No,
it's
I get it. Ray Lazier is a good friend, and we worked on that record together as well, and he's just an awesome guy. Him and his wife and their kids, and they're just awesome people. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy, when you see some of the shows that they do, and I mean, you're talking about Korn. Like, I find it just incredible. Like, I don't know if I'd say they've reinvented themselves so much, but just how they've managed to. I mean, what they're drawing in stadiums still and things like that, it's unbelievable. And for as
yeah,
long as they've been a band, I mean, it's incredible. It's a
yeah.
it's a total testament to the talent in that band and what they've been able to create over the years. But their concerts are unbelievable, you know.
Oh yeah,
And
and
it's like they just keep getting stronger at times, unbelievable.
they sound really good live.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I know a little bit of like sound production because I did like a little course in like producing and sound engineering. Because back then, like I was just heavily into music and I didn't know what to do after I finished high school,
Sure.
so I just wanted to do that, and then obviously I became a chef.
That's cool.
20 years on, 20 years on, I'm still doing it. But
That's something that
yeah,
I
but like,
can't do. I don't cook. I can make a
yeah,
mean bowl of cereal.
that's okay. I'll give you a 10 for that. But like the sound production with Korn and even like with their recordings, like the sound is so huge. Like
It
it's
is.
crazy. It's
It is.
awesome. I love it. Yeah.
And it's
Um,
unique. It's very specific to them. You know it when you hear it.
oh yeah. What was your first band that you played in?
Oh boy. I
And do you
mean,
remember your first gig
I'm
playing in
trying to
that band?
remember the name of the first one. There was, oh boy, I think we called it Dark Ages.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we called it Dark Ages. And then there was another one, and I can't remember the name of it, like for like a year. And then there was Chime, and this band Chime from I guess I was probably 12 or 13 to
Yeah.
14. That lasted for a couple of years. Just a bunch of kids,
Yeah.
But then the first real band that did anything and that actually picked up a little speed was Third Mist. And
Yeah.
so, that band lasted for 8 years. Yeah,
Yeah.
8 years. And that was really the first real band, that
That's
really.
pretty solid.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was young. We were 16 when that started, and we built some pretty good momentum, and then ended up doing a bunch of stuff, like Star Search and
Yeah.
crazy.
That's sick,
I'll
man.
never live that down. But
Do you still keep in contact with the band members in that band?
so unfortunately, there were four members, and
Yeah.
unfortunately, we lost two of them. So there's only two
Oh,
of us still around. Yeah, and
yeah.
I just saw my old bass player. He just came out, and we got to play together on stage. Kind of. It was. Uh, I had kind of a big house party with a full stage and tons of musicians, and just for fun. And he actually drove out for that, and that was the first time we've been on a stage together. And gosh, like I don't know, probably close to 30 years, 28
Oh
years.
wow.
Yeah,
So it's like a little mini reunion.
it was. Yeah, and you know what?
Yeah.
We get around each other, and it's like yesterday. I mean, because
Yeah.
that band was married. We spent every day with each other. You know what I mean? For 8 years, like 8 years, every day. Like, and when you're a kid and you go through all that roller coaster ride of emotions, or you're working hard at something together as a group, and then you're getting some successes and you're getting some failures, and you're getting to do things you never dreamed of, and then, the next day you're just back to, working on stuff, and it's just tons of emotions, and I'm sure all those emotions seem heightened at those ages, right? So you're
Yeah.
going through a bunch together, and you become real, real tight. You're
Yeah.
truly a family. That never goes away. Anytime we talk on the phone or get together, I mean, it's like it was yesterday. You know,
Yeah.
it's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Well, see, like I've never been in the band, but I play guitar and stuff for fun. But
Yeah,
like, it's like, yeah, like what you're saying, it's like a marriage. Like you either love each other or you hate each other. But either way, you got to put up with each other's shit 24/7. And when you get on stage,
of
you kind of leave
course.
that all behind.
Well,
You
good
know?
bands figure out how to work through that, and
Yeah.
and you've got all these personalities, and they're not going to be the same. And you got people
Yeah.
with viewpoints and people with, and it's like anything in life. But you've made these massive commitments, and you have to be able to connect in some way, especially when you get on that stage. You have to connect through something. And I
Yeah.
guess if you don't have that anymore, well, a lot of people feel they pull the plug on it and do something different. But when you have people that click for a long period of time like that, it's incredibly special. And yeah, and it's not easy, but it's worth it.
Yeah. Oh, 100%, man. And like more power to you to, keep on doing it, then. Like
Yeah.
it's awesome shit. How did you get into producing?
Huh. Probably a lack of finances.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, right.
studios are expensive, and they were really
Yeah.
expensive when I was kind of coming up. So, like I said, my dad was pretty good with electronics, and he passed that down to me. And
Yeah.
from an early age, we were kind of building. We can go out and just buy something from a music store. So we would make our own little mixers, and we'd make things, and then over time collect pieces. And so I was building my own little makeshift studios, if you want to call it that, from early on.
Yeah.
And then I was just a sponge, man. Anytime a studio owner would let me come in, we had quite a few studios. I grew up in the Denver area in Colorado.
Yeah.
And we had some pretty good studios there, and some really nice people who ran them. And there were many that would let me come in, be a fly on the wall, or get to do sessions, or that I worked at, you
Yeah.
know, as I got older. And there was also a performing arts center where there was some sound guys that would run the summer concerts that let me get involved. You know, I
Yeah.
started with just running chords and rolling chords and moving gear, and then eventually getting up to a monitor board, and then eventually, you know, kind of taking over front of house for things, and then, you know,
Baby
so
steps.
baby steps, but, you know, always trying to record. And so out of that, and then working with some producers, I don't know, you know, I've always felt like I, I can hear the hook in something, and I can hear the hook around the hook, you know, which there
Yeah.
might be many in a song. And it's kind of like when I write, I see a complete picture. I'm a very visual person, and I feel like a lot of good producers are kind of that way. I feel like you can see the music as you can see it as complete, and then you're
Yeah.
able to kind of reverse engineer it, and then individualize what built that product, right? And
Yeah.
then you got to have a great temperament with people. Yeah, you know, you have to be able to pull the best out of someone, and yet and calm them, because it's their art, and all their
Yeah.
emotions are wrapped up into that. And then you got to be able to temper the other side of your brain, things like budget, you know, things like time constraints, things like, you know, there's you know, I don't know, I guess in a way I feel like I was just kind of built for that. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain. I love creating. I love the whole process of it, every part
Yeah.
of it, you know. So
Yeah. Yeah. You're gifted, my friend. You're gifted.
I, well, the jury is out on that, but I love it
Yeah.
nonetheless. You
Yeah.
know, like, I
Yeah.
mean, I,
Yeah.
I don't have
Yeah,
the
dude.
body of work that some of my buddies do, but you know, but you know,
Yeah.
I love doing it.
And
So
the good thing about it too, man, you're learning something new every day. So
effort. Oh man, the minute you think you know it all, you have lost the battle,
yeah.
because especially with gear and things like, there's always, you know what, and the funny thing is, and sometimes some of the best things you learn come from the most surprising places. You could have a
Yeah.
guy that's only been engineering for 6 months, and maybe he figured out how to do one thing that you're like, I've been doing that forever and I never even thought of it that way. Like, you got to stay open to things always.
Yeah. Yeah.
Always.
Like I remember when we were doing our final assessment when I was doing the music production and sound engineering, we
Yeah.
have to set up a play. And I still remember this. We had to set up a play. Everyone had roles on on the lighting, the sound, and everything. And I had the job with the lighting, and I had like a bit of a script on like what lights to press for certain songs and stuff like that. And dude, I had so much fun doing it, man.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh, dude, like I remember we were testing the lights, and there was someone on the stage, and I accidentally hit the fucking strobe light that was like flashing like that. It was like, what the fuck? You hit the wrong fucking one. I'm like, sorry.
I, I bet it looked pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah, I was good. I was great fun, and I think one of our final assessments was like it was a local band. They gave us a single to one of their songs, and we have to mix it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit, like this is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
And I had no idea what I was doing there. Right, I'm just like doing this, and doing this. I'm like, I think this is all right. Save, record, and then my teacher listened to him like, dude. I'm like, yeah, this is good.
They liked it.
like, I'm like, really? He goes, yeah. Like, I'll see you at the Australian Music Awards one day. I'm like, oh damn. So
Wow.
we still have like a copy of it on the CD, and everyone had their own copy of it on CD of their own mixes. And yeah, I've got it somewhere, but I haven't like listened to it in a very long time. But like I like a bit more bass
Sure.
and like a tiny bit of treble and stuff like that when I'm doing like mixings and stuff. But yeah, that was such a great experience, man. But like I would love to go back and do that again.
Oh
Like
man,
if
you
the
should.
options there.
You should.
Yeah.
Well, and you know what? Even if you, I mean, like, if there's a school that has all the gear, that always is a plus. But there's so many great
Mm,
tutorials too out there. I mean, you
yeah.
could just stay on YouTube and just learn. There's so many amazing people just giving away all their tips and tricks to things and breaking things down. It's unbelievable how much is out there. I do it all the time.
Yeah.
I'll be looking for something or a shortcut, and on one of the platforms I use, and I'll Google it, and there's 50 people going, oh yeah, if you just do this, you know what I mean? So you're always
Yeah.
learning. It's
And it's also like it changed the way of learning guitar. Because if it wasn't for the playback speed,
right.
we'll be
Yeah.
screwed. We have to like
Yeah.
look at wrong tabs online. But now you can just go on YouTube and find like the best video of like somebody playing that song and just like trying to figure out. Because that's how I've sort of been learning for the last maybe 9 years or so.
Well,
Like
now
I just go on
it's
YouTube
so easy
and
to
find
break
like
down the stems of songs. You can
yeah,
isolate everything and really hear what they were doing. And that's priceless for people, you know.
yeah, 100%. But then it's a good learning tool.
Oh,
And it's
100%.
helped me. It's helped me a lot. So it's just figuring out the tuning. That's all.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
let's talk about your new band, Breath of Ashes.
Yeah, man.
Um, Friggin' Ripper, dude.
Thank you.
Congrats.
You know, it's so funny that project was actually supposed to start before the other side of Mars came out. Before that ever was a thing, or getting involved in that, and then when I was asked to be on that, that kind of went on hold for a few years, and
Yeah.
so time was going by, and I'm like, and the Mick record came out, and it was kind of like, man, I gotta get one of these out, So we did the single. Um, hadn't
Amazing,
finished,
by the way.
thank you. Hadn't finished the album or anything, and but it was like we gotta get one of them out. You know what I mean? You know when something's been sitting on your mind. I mean, it's new to the world, but it's like you feel like it's getting old to
Yeah.
you, and you're like, I just want to see it go out there, and do,
Yeah.
And so that's what we did, and there'll be more to come. And it's so funny. But you you'll kind of get to know that I'm ADHD pretty bad. So like, and I get involved in so many projects, but so I really wanted to release the whole record by now, but then some feature film stuff came up, and so I'm composing some things for feature films, and um, music director on a few of those, and so um, there's a few in pre-production right now. There's one in particular I can tell you the name. It's called Loaded Deck, and it's a really kind of funny, rom-com action kind of movie. And then
Yeah.
there's several others I can't say too much about yet, um, but really cool stuff. Really cool stuff, and that's a whole other side, you know, of what I do. So it's kind of like time management, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
prioritizing everything and trying to fit it all. But you know what? I'm fine with that. It's going to be what it's going to be, and whatever comes out first comes out first, and I'm okay. I'm lucky to get to do music, so
Yeah.
whatever happens.
Yeah, exactly. And like sometimes the longer the better, because I guess you just wanted to make it sound right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hard. Yeah, you want to be, when it's your own stuff that you're writing, you want to be proud of it. And nobody in the world may like it. And I always,
Yeah.
even the people that I record that come in here to the studio, I tell them, don't write for other people. Don't do this for other people. Um, write for you, do the best you can, be the best you can be,
Yep.
and then put it in the world. You never know. You never know what people are gonna, and especially in this day and age, you can't predict that with any great science. You know, it's there's so many ears on this planet. You don't know what somebody's going to be attracted to, or what they're going to listen, or what's going to trend. Or, I mean, maybe I bet there's some people out there that are better at predicting that than others. But in the end, I mean, you never know. You could have an awful song, and maybe it's attached to a really funny video or something like that. And now all of a sudden, the song is likable, and everybody in the
Yeah.
world loves it. Or,
Yeah.
or it's something else. And it's hard to predict that kind of stuff. At least if you do something and you love it, then at least you made one person happy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So that's kind of my approach to things. Just if you do it, if you love it, do it, put 150% into it, and don't have any regrets. Just swing for the fences.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what do you got left to lose? Like, it's a big risk, right? But it's
It's
a good
music.
risk.
Just do, like I said, if you can find enjoyment in something that you create, well, then it's all that really matters at the end of the day, you know. And then if others like it and they appreciate it too, well, then that's amazing. That's awesome. That's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you never know
Which is
what people are gonna like.
well, exactly right. Well, that's a beautiful thing about music as well. Like when one person likes it, they share it, and when that person share it, it's gonna drag other people to like it, and then when the other people like it, they share it, and you're just gaining new fans and followers, and that's what I
Yeah.
love about music, man.
Oh, exactly. Well, and in this day
Yeah,
and age, this is, for the last what are we looking at? Almost 15 to 20 years. It's reality TV, right?
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
people may like the talent or they may like the creation or the art, right? But they want to get to know the people. And
yeah,
sometimes I think getting to know the people is really, in the story of the people, sometimes sells the art in this day and age. That, people want to be connected with someone. We,
yeah.
when we were young, we got connected through liner notes and album and record covers and photos.
Yes,
You
yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean? And
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 posters.
occasional interviews and in some of the music mags and things like that. And
Yeah,
posters, yeah, it was in this day and age though, and with this youth's attention span, it's really getting to actually talk to the person or getting in their life, or cameras being on that person and what they do on a day to
yeah,
day. It's a different time. It's a totally different time.
yeah, yeah. Um, So like yeah, I listened to the first single from you guys at the gym, and then it stopped, and I'm like, wait, I want more of this. Like, what the fuck, man? Like,
You'll get more, I
like
promise. I promise it's
yeah,
coming.
like this is such a banger. Um, like the sound production in that song is massive. Like it's huge.
Thank you.
It's just hard. It's hard hitting, like just in your face rock, which is my favorite as well. Your vocals is amazing.
Thank you.
Um, as well too, man. Did you produce and mix that as well, or
Yeah.
did Dan do? No,
Yeah.
Dan
No,
did the video.
well, Dan did the video with me. He edited the
Okay,
video. So we it's a funny story. Um, we didn't want to make the standard music video because if you listen to that song, and I'll try to make it in a nutshell, it's imagine John Wick but in a female form.
well, yeah,
There's my whole thought to that song, and this is long before that song was written, long before John Wick's ever came out, but in my mind, it was kind of like one of those Euro orphans, that was kind of picked up from maybe some Euro mob boss and
yeah,
then kind of groomed, if you will, to become the right hand henchman, so to speak. Except, it's a
yeah,
female, but she's still human. And so, even though she's done all these horrible things, been the enforcer and violent and, just, awful.
crazy shit.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
collector, the whatever. but she's still human. And what happens in that video basically is, there's even a line in the chorus of that song, "Can I erase this hell inside of me?" You know, so it's basically, you know, and towards the end of the video, she's seeing families and she's seeing normalcy and really wants to turn that way. But, you know, I mean, if you're in that kind of life, you only got one, maybe two ways out of that. Well,
Yeah.
you know, and not to give it away for everybody, but, you know, she took it upon herself to say no finally. And that kind of meant she had to take out the boss, because that would have been her only way out. And that's what
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
So we felt like, instead of making a normal music video like a lot of bands do, where it's just, you know, kind of glitchy effects and you're just showing the band playing somewhere, we really wanted to tell the story, and it was kind of like a mini movie. And
Yeah.
so we shot all that. We did all that. The sound, everything was tracked right here in my studio in Sound Mission. And
Oh,
then,
nice.
we tracked it all here. And then the mix, I took out to a buddy, and we did the mix. Let's see, we probably did that, and just to make sure our ears were listening correctly, we probably did that in a couple of days.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was. I wanted to get it out in a different studio, and Scott Bush is Timeline Studios is his studio. Scott Bush works a lot with Ray Luzier. They have a studio together now, and he does a lot of the tracking for Billy Sheehan stuff when Billy Sheehan plays.
Oh, nice.
Scott Bush and Ray Luzier were both in the Nixons at one point in that band together.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
he's a great guy, great ears. And I just wanted to, you know, it's kind of like a doctor. You don't operate on your own family, right? You take
Yeah.
it to a
Yeah.
colleague and you kind of work with them. So that's, you know, I'll mix everybody else's stuff, but when it comes to my own, I wanted that second set of ears too. And
Yeah.
Scott was great, and we sat together and just kind of worked it out. And I loved his what he was hearing on it, and it was just, I was so lucky, man. The people I had involved on that single and all the way around, you know, it was pretty amazing. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It
It's
just kind of
awesome,
all
dude.
fell into place. So
Yeah. Are the band members in the video clip are the members in the audio recording? Because I always find like sometimes uh the people that play on the track in the audio recording are like session musicians or whatever it is, or that it's somebody else. And then when they have the music video clips, it's not really them, like it's someone else doing it.
um well so uh they're all exceptional players. Let me say that.
Yeah.
Exceptional players. Um, on that song in particular, not on
Yeah.
others.
Okay.
That was the first song,
Yeah.
and a lot of what you're hearing is me.
Oh yeah, Russ, so you tracked everything.
Just about. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. How stressful was that?
Not at all, actually. It's funny when you don't have to get other people on the same page and you've got it worked out in your mind. That song came
Yeah.
together rather quickly, you know, but I'd been singing that song in my head for a long time. And
Yeah.
I was getting confirmations of people in the band, and it was kind of seeing who I wanted. And that was really the first, you know, test of if they liked it. And they, you know, you got to show people the vision for what you want to do. Um,
Yeah.
but they're amazing players, and so on the other songs that you'll hear, yeah, you will hear everybody. But that was the
Yeah.
first, and so yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Look, even in that, like the band members that you have in that video clip are friggin' killer, man. Like, so how did you recruit those guys?
They're all friends. They're literally
Yeah.
all friends, and we have played together in one way or another at some point or beforehand. Um, yeah, so it was an easy ask. You know,
Yeah,
you're kind of all
yeah,
buddies already. You know, Martin
yeah.
Motnick plays for Accept, and he's done quite a bit of things. He's an exceptional bass player, and we've played
Nice.
together a lot actually in some other things at other shows and other bands, and just done things when he's been off the road from Accept, and um, you know uh, Max Rossetti, the guitarist, he's incredible. Max plays with a few groups, and if you ever go check out his Instagram, he does these kind
Yeah.
of little videos and these shred videos. Oh man, if you haven't watched them, you need to watch him. He's just an exceptional talent.
I'll
Just
give
an
him a follow after this, man, on Instagram, on the
Yeah,
podcast page for sure. Go and
yeah,
check him out
he's
later.
really good. Yeah, it's just a good crew of people, and yeah, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. Especially like when you're friends and you ask them, "Hey, do you want to be like in this band?" Like, yeah, sure. Like that's a big tick for you. Sometimes it will be hard to find like the right people to actually come to join your band, right?
It's very hard. It's very
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really tough. The the thing that I didn't play on that. There are some keyboard stuff that's happening too,
Oh, cool.
and I had a little bit, but I wanted a different feel, and of course, one of my good buddies is an insanely good keyboard player, and it's Paul Taylor, from
Yeah.
Riff, and he played some key stuff on that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so when you
Nice.
listen to some of that cool stuff in the choruses and the stuff in the verses, that's Paul. And he
Oh, that's
just
cool.
he just nailed it. I didn't really have to say much to him. Paul, incredible writer, and he has such a good ear, and he just kind of picked, stuff, and he did just it's exactly what that song needed. So
Yeah, sick, man. I'm looking forward to hear it, man. So you reckon once the full album comes out, you're gonna do like maybe like a small run to support the album?
yeah, that's the idea. I'd like to get a couple of these movies in the bag first,
Yeah. I see you got
because
more coming.
yeah, so
Awesome.
they're pre-production now, and then once we shoot, and then they'll go into post, and then so some of my work is beforehand, even something before the shoot, some is during the shoot, and then some of the management stuff all the way to post, and then but I'd like to get through at least two at this
Yeah.
point, and then really be able to focus on releasing the rest of the record. That's the idea. Now,
Nice.
now
Yeah.
anything could change. There might be gaps where I could say, well, let's do another single, or maybe
Yeah.
put out two more singles and then the full record.
Yeah. Nice,
So
man.
in this day
You
and
have
age,
like
like, I don't know,
yeah.
everything goes. You can pretty much, you know, do it a lot of different ways. So that might
So
be
you
enough.
so you reckon early next year you'll be getting the full length album, you reckon? Or you
What's
gonna keep
that?
that quiet? You reckon like in the next year the full length album will come out?
I would love to do that.
Yeah.
That's my personal goal. Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm
Well, fingers
I'm gonna do my
yeah. Some
best to do that.
well, I can't wait to listen to more. Just after that first song, dude. Like I'm like I want to hear more now. Like
Oh
stop
man,
teasing.
thank you. Oh,
And
that's awesome. Hey, that means somebody else liked the song besides me. So that makes me
yeah,
super.
well, I like anything, man. As long as it sounds good, that's all that matters, man. Like that's about it, really. But like what you were saying about music video clips, have you heard of the band Beasto Blanco, which Chuck
Oh yeah.
Garrick and
Oh yeah.
yeah, have you listened to the album Connecticut?
Uh huh.
Yeah, so it's like a concept album, right?
You're
So
right.
pretty much I don't know if you've seen on YouTube how I think they did like three full like music videos, and then with the rest of the songs they did like little snippets.
Yeah, I've seen a few.
Yeah,
But I want to go back and look. Somebody else was
yeah,
telling me to go back and look, and I just haven't had a chance. But I want to do that.
yeah.
What? So what did
So
they do? Did
apparently,
they cut up just little things for the other songs, or
yeah. So they did like 1 minute little short clips and made into like a
okay?
little video.
Huh?
But apparently, Calico Cooper was saying, because I had her on my podcast with Chuck as well about a year ago.
Yeah.
Um, they told me that they're making it into like a full length movie.
Really? Okay. Cool.
Yeah, so it's like I think it's like a 90 minute or maybe less. I'm not too sure, but it's so pretty much every song on that album is like a story.
How cool, man!
Yeah, so you just have to connect it all together, you know.
I
So I'm
love
really looking
that.
forward.
That's super cool.
Yeah, I reckon she got that from her dad. So there you go.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Well, Chuck
Um,
is great.
Chuck's amazing, dude.
Yeah.
When I he's just a easy dude to chat to, man. Just a
Super easy.
very nice, and I'm pretty sure he's from Nashville too.
Yep.
So
Yep.
yeah, man. Have you crossed paths with him?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Several times.
Yeah. He's a rad dude, man. Love his vocals, love his guitar playing as well.
For
So
sure.
you sang on two of the Mick Mars songs
I
on the
did.
album, which by the way, I appreciate you for checking out the episode, man, that me and my mate done. I fucking enjoy it. To be honest, when I heard that he was doing a solo album, because I thought it was gonna be John Karabi, because that was like one of the rumors or something like that. And
Yeah.
then I think what you were saying on Nashville on the Rocks episode, I think they wanted to do multiple singers or whatever it is, but then they stuck with the one, and then you did two songs. Dude, it's just a hard hitting album, man. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
Well,
huge.
Mick had done. He had recorded a couple of songs that you can go check out. With Karabi, right? They did a
Yeah,
couple
right.
of teasers for some songs. Um, and that was a bit ago. And Karabi's awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
I love Krabby. He's great, and everything he does. He's a great vocalist, super nice guy. Um, but for whatever reason, and I don't know. I think Mick, he just had something different in his mind that he had stuff churning around in his head that he wanted to do, that and he was trying to figure out exactly what that was, right? And I kind of came in late into the process, right? So
Yeah.
Mick had always he had told he when Paul Taylor got involved, on the writing with him and everything, through Michael Wagener, and of course Ray Luzier was already on board. Um, Mick had expressed that he loved, his reference was the Beatles. He even said that to me once, that he loved how they had multiple singers. You could get different textures and things like that. And then they had got Jacob Bunton on it, who's Jacob's amazing. You know,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
talented. He's such a great musician, great singer, super sweetheart of a guy, just awesome guy. And Mick loved that. And it's funny, I tell people all the time, I was a placeholder. I had no idea that I would be on that record. Um, Paul was working on a particular song that him and Mick were working through, and he was, trying to work on some parts of it, and Jacob was somewhere else working on something, and Paul just needed a placeholder. Really, it was just kind of like, hey, I'm hearing this angsty thing, and would you mind? And I think he may have tried a few people, I don't know, but he was like, can you lay down a vocal on this? And we've worked together in the past on some stuff, and there was one song in particular that we did a while ago,
Yeah.
several years ago, that had a lot of that angst and that desperation kind of feel. You know what I mean? And so I think it kind of came from that. He's like, I remember you doing that kind of feel. Can kind of do it, and I can kind of see if what I'm doing works in this song,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So it's really
Yeah.
a placeholder. It's just kind of to feel things with a vocal on top of it, and
Yeah.
kind of to demo it, just to make sure things are working or melody works or whatever. And apparently, as the story goes, when he took it to Mick, and apparently Mick said that's the other guy, which was crazy. What a dream that is. You asked me earlier about my idols
Yeah.
and being able to meet any or work with it, and that's another one of those stories that you're just like, unbelievable that happens. And then and then we did Undone, and Undone ended up as a third single. But everybody on that record are so cool. They're such great people. Mick is awesome, and Chris Collier, ended up playing bass or doing all the bass parts on that and then mixing it. Michael Wagener,
Yeah.
who's also a good friend and I love, and such a great guy. Ray and Paul and Jacob, and I mean, it just, what a team on that thing, and to be a part of that in some way is unbelievable. In a
Yeah.
small way.
Yeah.
Like how I can't believe I'm on that with those guys. They're just
Yeah.
exceptional talents.
Sometimes you think like it's all a dream until you realize you see your name in the credits.
Wholeheartedly, excuse me. Yeah, wholeheartedly. I mean, it's weird. I got the record hanging on the wall over there, and it's
Yeah.
it's mind blowing. It's surreal sometimes, and it's what's
Yeah.
surreal about it more than anything is, you really like the people that worked on it. So that's the coolest thing about it.
Yeah.
But then you look at the sheer talent of those people, and you're thinking, what am I doing on this thing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
Exactly.
these
Yeah.
guys they're incredible. And
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, quite amazing. Quite amazing. It's weird to look up at that record or to listen to it or hear it
Yeah.
places, and you're like, wow, that's
Yeah.
a super cool thing. And the music is
Yeah.
awesome. I love the record. That's the crazy.
Yeah.
It wouldn't
Same.
matter who sang it. I love the record. I love the song. So
And um, I wasn't expecting to be really heavy because it's nothing like Motley Crue.
it's
You know what
nothing.
I mean? Because like when you think of Mick Mars' guitar playing, he's more of a bluesy hard rock guitarist. But what you hear on that album, it's just like, what the fuck?
I'll
Like
tell you what.
the opening track, Loyal to the Lie, I actually learnt that on guitar. And
Yeah,
it's one of my favorite riffs off that album. Well, maybe there's a few other ones as well, but that opening riff, dude, amazing.
Mick. He. It's really something. He would play some things, and sometimes you listen to the things he comes up with, and you're like, "Is that a guitar?" I mean,
Yeah.
he's really wide, and he's such a riff master, you know.
Mm,
And
yeah.
he doesn't really have any boundaries, and that's the thing. I mean, that record is hard. He's already working on a second one, and I've heard 4 of the things that he's got started on that, and it's mind blowing. And
Yeah.
I don't know, who he'll use on vocals for that. It could be 5. It could be a female. It could be who knows. And he's not going to stop until he literally physically just can't play anymore, which
Yeah.
I think will be his last breath. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't see him quitting making music anytime soon. I just don't. He's got a lot in here. He's got a lot of great ideas, and he's going to get out. And I'm excited for him. I think it's awesome. I can't wait to hear the next thing.
Yeah. He's very underrated. He's a
Oh yeah,
very underrated guitarist. Like they would say, yeah, he's like the legendary guitarist for Motley Crue. the 80s hard rock glam rocker, but like his riff writing, dude, like obviously you and I are guitar players, and like I'm a big riff guy. I love hearing a good riff, and
Oh yeah,
his riffs with Motley and with this solo record, man, it's you got to talk about the riffs. His riff
that
writing is
is.
amazing.
I mean, that can make a song. Period.
Yeah,
It makes a song. It really does. It's yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah.
And
He's
he's
like
he's a master of it.
he is, man, and I actually really looking forward to hear more. But like here's like one of the reasons why I play Fender Strats too. Well,
Yeah.
one of the reasons why too. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I've got one. It's in my living room, but
Nice.
'cause I've got a collection which I have no room to put them now. It's like it's
Nice.
crazy. So so to dive down to horror movies, because since this is a music and horror podcast,
Yeah.
what was the first horror movie you watched, and how old were you when you
Oh
first
my
what
gosh.
seen?
So I guess I don't know if you can call it horror or scary. Um,
Yeah,
but I think if I remember right, I think the first one was probably like, oh boy, I'm trying to remember the name of it, but it was probably, of course there was like Poltergeist, um,
yeah,
the first ones there. But there was one, a buddy of mine. I remember having a slumber party at this kid's house, man, and we watched something, and it was awful. I think it was called Evil Speak or
yeah.
something like that.
Speaking of evil, oh no,
No, I think it was called
no,
Evil
that came
Speak.
out later.
It was crazy. These hogs eating people, and like it was. This guy kind of went nuts and ended up in a church basement and just started taking out people that made fun of him. It was awful. Um,
Yeah,
but later on, man, I don't know. I love a good horror at times.
yeah.
I love. Okay, so like, well, I love zombie movies. I
Zombie
just saw
apocalypse
the what
movies
was
are
it?
good.
28 years later. I just saw that.
Yeah, that did you love it?
You know what? I love 28 days later and 28 weeks later.
Yeah,
This was
28 weeks.
okay. It was a different take on it. Definitely. It was
Yeah,
definitely different. And it was
yeah.
cool. It's kind of like The Conjuring. We just saw the newest Conjuring too.
I haven't seen that yet, but like,
It's good. It was good. I feel like the early Conjurings are great, but this one is
yeah,
good. It was a good kind of conclusion follow up. Yeah, I think 28 days and 28 weeks later are the best out of that whole. The new ones,
yeah,
it's cool, but it's not the originals. That
yeah.
filming, when you think about the audio track, the score to those first two movies and the way they filmed it and everything, that was a new way to look at zombies. You know what I mean?
It was more. It looks like it was like more realistic because, from what I've read, and me and a guy that used to work with me were talking about this. I think they used like 21 iPhones.
Did they really?
They used iPhones to film the movie.
Wow. I
So
did
if
not
you
know
watch
that.
like, so if once it's up like on digital, if you want to rewatch it again, you can just uh when they do like the zombie scenes and how it like rotates around and stuff like that, and when they're running and stuff like that with the body cam and shit, like yeah, it's like done with an iPhone apparently. It was yeah, I've seen some of the stuff and I watch interviews, and it just looks more real like that because everybody's on
Right.
their phones filming shit, so might as well like do like a
Well,
shoot
you
a
have the
couple of scenes.
perspective of the person. It's more like
Yeah,
an individual perspective. Oh, it's amazing. Like those first two, man. Oh man, and just it's yeah. There's just something about it. The casting, everything was just perfect about those two. It was
yeah.
amazing.
Well, apparently, well, there will be a new one coming out next year. 28 years later, Bone Temple, I think it is.
Really?
Yes, they've already announced it. Not long after when 28 years later came out. It's kind of crazy, right? Because it kind of opens up for a another one the way how it ended.
See, it did. I totally agree with you. And the thing that I didn't get, I wanted a tie together, and maybe I missed it. Maybe it was, but it wasn't obvious if it was. Excuse me. I wanted like the sister.
Yeah,
I wanted the sister. I wanted to know if she made it because obviously 28 weeks later, the little boy had the virus.
yeah. So there
You
we
know what I
go.
mean? You see that because of his eye gets even more prominently changed,
Yeah,
like his mother's did.
yeah,
And so, what happens to the sister and the boy? And like, did he just obviously started infecting people because at the end of that movie, they got infected again because then they were having to re-quarantine and things were happening. So I was kind of like, but I want to know if the sister made it or anybody. I would love to see a reoccurring character, which didn't happen, and for whatever reason.
yeah. Well, see, this is how they did it with the iPhones for some of the scenes with the movie.
Wow,
Yeah, crazy, right?
that is crazy. Is that what am I looking at on that top picture? Is that like a band? Like or
Yeah, yeah. So I think they might have made like a something to hold up the iPhones to capture the effects of like the scene of the movie. Because like, I'm pretty sure when every kill scenes was happening, they were like doing like a 180 move when
right?
when somebody gets killed. I'm pretty sure that was like from like the iPhones doing that with this setup. So yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah, I know it's nuts, right?
Well, what I don't understand is for those editors. I mean, did they
Yeah,
have some way to turn them all on simultaneously or to feed out their
I
video?
don't, I don't know, man. Like it's kind of crazy to have all these iPhones set up because you have to try to capture them at the same time, right?
Well, yeah, or they're just they're turning them on and maybe they're
Yeah,
doing a time sync in front of them all. You know what I mean? Once
yeah,
they start playing, and then you can edit that front part off, and then you've got them locked, and then you can just pick from this as the scene's happening. You know,
yeah,
where I'm guessing. I don't know, but I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall for that. I'd love to see what they did.
yeah. It's kind of crazy. I was quite surprised that they did that, but I really enjoyed it as well. The new Conjuring is the one I really want to see. It goes for like what 2.5 hours.
Yeah, go watch it. It's worth
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I'll
And I
probably just
saw it in
wait
the
till it
theater,
comes out on
so
digital.
we
Oh
saw it on
yeah, how was
IMAX.
that experience?
It was great. It was IMAX, so it was cool.
Oh shit. Awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Do you have like a favorite? Like do you have like a top favorites that you would watch maybe during the Halloween season since it's almost Halloween now? It's getting there.
I mean, so the Conjuring ones were kind of a favorite, and oh man, what's the name of the one? What's the name of the one that we would rewatch? I'm trying to think of the name of it. Um, ah, there's another one. There's another one that's. I think there's two movies at least to it that I really like, and I can't remember the name to save my life right now.
It's
Oh! A Quiet Place.
that was good too.
I
I freaking love that.
You know what? And it's not like it's so gory or anything, but man, they do a great job of making it just kind of almost realistic and terrifying without having to show too much.
Yeah. It was sort of like they're reinventing silent horror. Like for
Oh,
example,
and
like
the
Nosferatu.
acting in that was
Yeah.
incredible, man.
Yeah.
Incredible acting in that.
I remember watching that in theaters, and because obviously it was a silent movie, I was just like eating my fucking popcorn just like slowly,
Yeah. Everybody around
waiting
you
for
was
the
like, dude.
yeah, exactly, and then like just waiting for like the noise parts to happen so I can just fucking just eat it properly.
Right?
But it was
I
such
mean,
a
that
great movie.
scene though when they're walking on those tracks, and then you
Yeah,
you kind of get it early on how he sprinkled like the sand, so it's just there's no
yeah,
crackle of stuff. Like,
yeah.
oh man, when that toy goes off, you're just like, oh gosh, you
You
know.
don't see it coming, eh? You're like, you didn't see it coming at all, and that made that made me jump that
Yeah,
scene
right.
because you weren't expecting it, right?
Yeah.
And I remember the scene that sort of made me cringe when Emily Blunt was walking down the steps and the nail was up on the
Oh, I
stairs,
know. Oh,
and they had a close-up view of her foot like hitting the nail, and she
oh, I
just had the
know.
baby, and I'm like, oh fuck no,
She
like.
she is so good in those.
The second one was great too. I really
Oh,
enjoyed the second.
it was, man. I'm telling you, like they just, man, yeah. Those movies are awesome.
And what I loved about those movies as well, because like um they start off from sort of like the beginning to now, which is awesome. The third one that came out, I wasn't really too much of a fan of it.
Right?
I think there will be a fourth one coming out next year. I think
Really?
next year. I'm not
Okay.
sure.
I didn't know that.
So, but I always trying to stay on top of like up and coming horror movie stuff
What's
because
your
like
favorite?
my favorite would have to be Scream because that's what got me into horror.
Really?
Um,
Okay.
because well, as Alice Cooper got me into horror.
Mm.
You know, it's always the theatrics and looks. But Scream got me into horror, dude. I remember 12 years old, um, going to the VH store to rent movies on the weekends, as we always do. And yeah, for some reason that just caught my eye, just like the two eyes and the mouth or whatever it was. It just says Scream. Then mom's like, "Oh, what do you want to get?" So we can watch it and just like that, I guess. And yeah, Scream was a game changer, dude. Like,
Yeah,
because the killer could be played by anyone, right?
exactly.
It's crazy. And that opening scene with Drew Barrymore, like,
Yep.
why you do that to her? Like, come on, man.
You're right. Well,
Yeah, well, unexpected.
I don't know if you I don't know if you know this. So Alice around the United States for a while. This is probably
Yeah,
got back in 93, 94, something like that. Maybe
yeah.
95. Might have been 95 or 96. I can't remember. But he actually had these haunted houses like that he did
Ooh,
around the country.
yeah, right.
The rumor was it was his like stage crew guys that do his concerts or whatever, and they actually would lease out these spaces and do these haunted houses. And I remember he did one in Denver. I've got a picture hanging up there on the wall with him
Yeah.
sitting in his creepy chair. He had come out to the haunted house, and we met him over there. And yeah, it was those things were amazing. It was like
Awesome.
he was one of the first guys to use, like he had guys up there in the electric chairs,
Yeah.
and those would go off, and they'd be like, oh, it was amazing. That haunted house was amazing.
His Alice is like the goat of horror, like in
Yeah.
theatrics, but like he's such a horror nerd.
Yeah.
Like it's for someone that's like a Christian, right?
Oh
Like it's
yeah,
kind
very.
of bizarre to think like they're into like 60s, 70s, 80s, maybe like 90s horror. Like it's nuts
Yeah.
to think that what the hell. But yeah, Scream did it for me, man. Then after a while, I kind of went to sort of like Chucky. Friday the 13th was a little bit later on for me.
Sure.
Um, and stuff like that. But then you have I guess like the new horror now, like Terrifier.
Do you remember The Bride
Like,
of Chucky?
yes, that's a fantastic movie, and I'm so glad that they did that because I kind of felt like the franchise kind of fell off after the third one.
Was so was it Bride of Chucky that had uh, oh my gosh, a friend of mine that I went to high school with, Nick Stabil,
Yeah.
played the young guy that what's her name? Dark haired girl was like interested in.
Oh, Jennifer Tilly.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah. But Nick we went to the same high school together.
yeah.
And he was in
Oh,
theater.
nice.
He was in theater in high school. He was always a
Yeah,
really good actor, you know. But then he ended
yeah,
up in that movie, you know, as the
yeah.
guy.
Right.
Yeah. It's pretty
What
funny.
was his role? I have to rewatch it again.
He was the brown haired young guy, you know, good physique and the whole bit. I think he's shirtless in some of it or something like that. I can't remember. Like,
Was it in the start of the movie?
yeah, in the start of the movie.
Oh, yeah. Now I remember. That's rad. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But like that movie was great because I was watching something on Shutter, and the director was saying that he wanted to do something different with the franchise. He kind of thinks like they didn't want to make it all about Chucky and Andy, and that's what they were
Okay.
doing for like what, the 3 or 4 films or whatever it was.
Okay.
Um, so he wanted to do like a movie just on Chucky, just him, and how Tiffany, played by Jennifer Tilly, became Tilly as well. And
Right.
so I kind of like what they did with that movie, especially with the Cult of Chucky as well and the Curse of Chucky. I thought they
Yeah.
were all great.
You know, you just reminded me. It's so funny because, you know, when you asked me earlier and I was kind of going through movies, but there's one that stands out to me too, and it was that first Pet Cemetery.
I've always seen the reboot, but apparently the reboot is sort of like a frame for frame for the original. But with the original, was it the girl that gets hit by a car?
It was a boy,
A boy?
and
So
his
on
name was Gage.
okay. So I think in the reboot it was the girl.
Okay, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Go back
Yeah.
and watch the original.
Yeah.
For its time, it got you. It got you.
Yeah.
There were some parts, man, and I'm not going to give away the whole thing. It's so awful. There was the old man, and he was a famous actor, and you know, of course, the dad brings the boy back from the dead, takes him out of the
Yeah.
cemetery. Man, that
Yeah.
boy is causing havoc in that house, and the old man standing there. That little boy just cuts the Achilles tendon to that old man, and it's
Yeah.
like,
That's what they did in the reboot. Yeah.
did they? Okay,
Yeah. Up close too. Like you actually see it happen. But it
yeah,
was
it's
under I
horrible.
don't think it was under the bed. I think
Yeah,
he
it was
was
under the
walking down
bed,
the
and it
stairs.
goes. Zip.
Was it in the reboot? Because I didn't really
I didn't
remember the
see the
reboot.
reboot. I don't know.
Okay, so I think with the reboot one, I think the guy was walking down the stairs, and I think he was hiding behind the stairs or something, and then that's when he cut his
Is that
Achilles,
what
and
it
then he fell.
was?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
but yeah, I haven't seen the original. I should watch the original, but every time when reboots come out, I always watch the reboot before the original for some reason. and
Yeah,
claim
yeah,
that
yeah. I've never seen the
and
reboot, but I
claim that was
remember,
better.
boy, that first Pet Cemetery was horrible. Like, you were just like,
Yeah,
oh, this is awful. Like, I can't believe he's
yeah,
here. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, you reminded me
yeah,
of that when you're talking about it.
yeah. And I know they brought out another one as well. I think it was Bloodlines or whatever it was. I can't remember what it was,
Hmm.
but like it was a
Yeah, I
couple of years ago.
lost track of those, but
Yeah, me too. Yeah, same. Even like the Final Destination movies are great too. Even though
Final
like that
Destination.
shit can happen
I
in
can't
life.
watch them, dude. I can't watch those. I watched the first one, and that just about made me. Yeah. You know, and the funny thing is, when I watched it, during the time you're watching it, it's not a big deal, right? And then a
No.
week later, you're looking over your shoulder at everything, and you're like, it hits you later, you know, when
Yeah.
and it really starts to, at least for me, Oh, I was that freaked me out. So yeah, I didn't really do the rest of them after that. I was like, I'm good because I'm already, not paranoid, but I'm like looking around as it is. I don't need to get in my head even more. So
Well, the new one was great. I really enjoyed it. There's a scene in the movie and the new one. It actually happened in real life, not long afterwards. I don't know if you heard about the case about the guy getting sucked in the MRI scan.
yeah. What was the deal with that?
Yeah, so he took his partner to get MRI scan done on her leg or whatever it was. And he went to go and check in, and you know how you're not meant to wear like gold jewelry and stuff like that,
Right.
any metal things. Yeah, apparently, and I've seen a video of this too. He walked in right after what was done. He walked in, and then he got fucking sucked in, and they were trying to drag him out, and that's what happened in the movie.
What was he wearing?
Yeah, I think it was a gold chain, and I think maybe like a watch or something like that.
And the chain didn't break and actually pulled him into the thing?
Yeah,
Wow. That's a
that's
good chain.
chaotic, dude.
It's a good
I bet it's
quality chain. Was he okay?
No, he died.
What?
Yeah, I'm not
Wow.
joking, dude. I saw the video on TikTok, and yeah, there was like people trying to get him out, and all you can hear is just him screaming and stuff. And yeah, I think his body just got crushed.
Wow. Oh my
So,
God.
and everybody was saying like, "Hey, that's like what happened in Final Destination Bloodlines," because there was something similar like that. It was crazy.
Wow.
So pretty much all of
You would
those
think the
deaths.
machine would notice something and shut down.
Oh, you think so? Or maybe turn off the main power at least. But
Yeah, there'd be
like,
some
yeah,
kind of sensor or a kill switch or something, but maybe not. I don't know.
yeah, I
That's
don't know either.
terrifying.
But you gotta think like, you know, not to go in there when you have fucking jewelry on there, and you know what's gonna happen. But like, I guess he just wasn't thinking, and then yeah. But like every kill scene in Final Destination is sort of like based on real life, sort of like based on real life injuries as well.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's nuts, and it still fucking scares me every time I see a truck with the logs.
Right. Right.
It's like when I was moving to my apartment, and my old neighbor was giving me a hand, and we had bed frames hanging out from the back of the window. And I look on the mirror. I'm like, hey, this reminds me of Final Destination. Is what do you mean? Like, look at the bed frames that are hanging outside the back of your window of the car.
Oh my goodness. That's crazy.
Well, dude, thank you so much, man. I could talk to you for like hours. Like,
Yeah,
it's
man.
just
I
fun getting to know each other, man. It's awesome.
I so appreciate you having me on. For real.
Nah, anytime, dude.
It's great. And I'm gonna, hey, the minute we get another single or whatever, I'll have you preview it first.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I'll get my mate to do it as well, man.
That'd be
I
sweet.
told him like, hey, dude, remember the guy that like commented on the episode that like said like he sang on the album? He's like, yeah, I'm like, he's coming on the podcast, bro. And all I
Well,
go,
I
it's like,
just I liked because you guys I liked the way you talked about it because I felt like you guys were it wasn't just okay, this is this and this and this. It was like real. It was kind of like watching you really listen. And I thought that was so cool. Like really kind of talking about it and really kind of going through it and more than just, you know what I mean? Like on a deeper
yeah,
level. And I really appreciated that. Even if you hated something, I appreciated the fact of how you both listened. You know what I mean?
no, thank you. We, like I was saying to you before, we like to do things different. And like I've been doing podcasting for like a very long time as a co-host, but then this is only sort of newish. It's going on to 2 years now.
Awesome.
And and I'm like 64 episodes in, which is kind of crazy, right? For like
That's
a new
great.
podcast. Yeah, we like to keep things raw, and like we were saying to you before, like just like a hangout, just like with your friends and discussing things really.
No,
But
that's
no, I really appreciate it, dude. And
yeah, man.
yeah, we always talk about like, especially when we did that review, you know, and we always like to dive into the artist and then like, you know, how we'd be like, oh, how we'd be like, you know, sounds better than like Motley Crue now, like all that type of things. Nothing against them, which
No,
I
I
kind of
get
wish
it.
they did, but like it is what it is. But like since you sang 2 songs on the Mick Mars album, what are your top 5 Mick Mars guitar riffs?
Oh gosh. Yeah, I got to narrow it down to 5.
Yeah,
I love Right Side of Wrong,
yeah,
which is on his record. I love Killing Breed, which, not because I sang on it, but
yes,
I just love the chorus
heavy.
in that. Heavy, heavy, heavy. Other than that, I mean, of course, I'm an 80s guy, so like, uh, I would say Feel Good is awesome. Wild Side is great. But I also like Too Fast for Love and even Looks at Kill. I mean, they're just, they just get you. The minute they
Yeah,
start, they get you and you're done.
yep,
And that's
100%.
that's quite a feat for a guitar player.
Yeah, it's like for those riffs back in the 80s, like the basic riffs, but they're so iconic.
Iconic, man.
Yeah,
Iconic riffs.
it's
But
like if I were to ask somebody if somebody asked me what's the best song to learn on guitar, it's probably Too Fast for Love, because I think
yeah,
it's very basic and it's easy, and you know it just starts off with I think he hits the G and A string at the same time when he's playing those single notes when you listen to it.
but
But
it's
yeah, I'll have to
awesome.
say it is. Yeah,
It's just awesome. Like
yeah,
it grabs you. You don't forget it. I don't know. He's just great at doing that. And oh man, I mean, and there's more that I love, but that right off the top of my head, I mean, they're so memorable. You're done the second you
yeah,
hit.
100%. Yeah, yeah, I agree. And yeah, the iconic riffs, man. Like
For sure.
I don't know what to say about him, man. But hey, Mick, uh, if you watching this one day, please come on and we can talk about your riffs.
Well, I'll let him know. I'll tell him.
Man, that'll be great, man. That'll be great. Well, dude, thank you for so much.
Yeah, you bet.
I'll put all the links to your descriptions, everything in the info box down below, and make sure to like and subscribe. Go follow Brian, and thank you guys for watching. And can't wait for the full length album, dude. It's gonna
Yeah,
be fucking
man.
amazing.
I appreciate it,
All
Adam.
right,
Thank you so much.
anytime, dude. Until next time, guys. See you guys later.